good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are on the planet. I'm DrYasapa from Zion Law School. Welcome. So, for the past, I think, for about almost the past year, if not more than a year, I've been presenting information on the Zodiac, astrology, astrotheology, in the Bible, okay, in both the Old and the New Testament. And it's been fun. It's been fun to do it. It wasn't my idea to do it, actually. I guess it was kind of a consensus between myself and the Zion Law School scholars at that time. So students in Zion Law School are scholars, okay? So anyway, that's how these presentations began. And it's it's led to many challenges for me in terms of student enrollment, interest, etc. Everything fell down. As I suspected it would. So anyway, it's had a very detrimental impact on Zion Law School in terms of that. If you look at it on the surface, less student interest, less people buying the books that I've written. I understand because the fear and the indoctrination, right? So when someone hears me talking about the Zodiac, they become afraid. They think it's of the devil and all of these things. But anyway, that's okay, because that mindset, I realized I don't want that mindset around me anyway. So I'm looking at this more of a transitionary period or phase for Zion Law School and for myself. So I've had, I think 4 or 5 times that I've had to start over. But those 4 or 5 times was because of slander, people slandering. Y'all know how our people are. They get mad because you won't do whatever it is they want you to do, or they don't understand something, so they go slander you, right? And they slander you, try to disgrace you publicly. And our people, you know, they like the drama. And usually if one person starts slandering you, they're gonna pile on. So I've been through having to restart from scratch 4 or 5 times due to stuff like that. But I'm still here. And I think it's been pushing 5 years. I think at least. Pushing 5 years, maybe pushing 6 years. I've been doing this, okay? So I'm looking at this as one of those times where I'm transitioning from people who have the religious mindset to people who, and I don't know, I'm just telling y'all, sharing my thoughts, to people who have a desire to return to nature. They no longer want, or they see that no matter what religion it is, they need to get out of it. it's all toxic. They see it, and they're making moves to get out of all of that. And that scholars, that's the real, the authentic, the true return to the Most High. Because the Most High's laws, commandments, instructions are natural law, period. It's just period. And it makes absolutely perfect sense when you look around you. The wildlife that you see, they follow the natural laws of nature. The insects, they follow the natural laws of nature. They have natural enemies. I watched, maybe 2 months ago, I watched this ant. This ant was probably almost an inch long, a huge ant. And his colors were like a greenish, it looked like a metallic color. It was reflecting whatever it was around it, okay, like the plant, like it was greenish and blackened, but it was metallic looking. And y'all know in Asia, they got these huge cockroaches, huge, okay? Some of them can fly here, but they also have the little cockroaches too, but you see them in like a filthy restaurant. But on the street, you see these huge cockroaches. A cockroach is really just a beetle or something like that. So I'm sitting outside at this restaurant, sitting outside, and it's like they have trees and plants and flowers and the water and, very, very nature-esque. And I'm outside, we're outside. So this cockroach, I look over and there's a cockroach, right? And he starts taking off running. And I look and there's this ant, a type of ant I've never seen before. This ant is chasing after him. It was the funniest thing. It was an absolutely the fun. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. This cockroach is booking, right? And that ant is after him. I knew the ant wanted to eat him because I've seen ants, the little bitty ants, right? The little bitty ones. I've seen them like jump a cockroach. It's funny, y'all. If you pay attention to insects, and these cockroaches are huge, and they have these things like this that they, but the cockroach was trying to run from the ants, but they just piled all over him, right? And when they get him, they're gonna eat him, right? So there are natural enemies. We have natural enemies. So if a cockroach expects those ants to treat it fairly, to spare it, to not consume it, not eat it, kill it and eat it, to not attack it, well, the cockroach is out of its mind. It's violating the natural law, right? There are predators and there are prey. There are predators and there are prey, all right? And some predators are the prey of some other animals and insects, okay? And then there are birds. There are some birds that eat other birds. Let me say that again. There are some birds, species of birds, that eat other birds. There are some snakes that eat other species of snakes. It has nothing to do with being good or bad. It has nothing to do with religious beliefs. It's the nature of that animal, of that bird, of that insect. It's programmed. It's their consciousness. You cannot take that out of them. You know, there's an old saying, y'all probably already heard about it. So it's nothing new, but it's worth talking about. And it's also a little bit fun. So it was a frog, I believe it was a frog. A frog is about to cross the river. And then a scorpion wants to go across the river too. So the scorpion says, hey, Mr. Frog, let me ride on your back because I need to get across the river too, right? Since you're going, I may as well hop a ride with you. The frog says, well, no, what do you think, I'm crazy? You're a scorpion, you're gonna sting me. The scorpion says, no, I promise you, I'm not gonna sting you. If I sting you, I'm gonna drown too. So why would I sting you? That would be stupid, right? So the frog thinks about it. Yeah, well, that does make sense, you know. I don't know the scorpion. He never did anything to me. He's being nice to me now, right? I don't have any reason to distrust him or not believe him. So, okay, all right. Out of the kindness of my heart, I'm going to give you a ride across the river. Cool. Scorpion climbs on the frog's back. The frog begins to swim across the river with the scorpion on his back. They get into the middle, out into the deep part of the river. The scorpion couldn't resist it anymore, and he stung the frog. And the frog said, you stupid idiot, why would you do that? I was kind to you, I trusted you. I gave you a ride across the river, and now you sting me? Now we're both gonna drown. We're both gonna die. Why would you do that? And the scorpion said, it's my nature. You knew that before we got into the river. And they both drowned. So what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is, just because something or somebody is nice to you, and you know their nature, you know their history, and if you go against natural law, there's a severe consequence. So if you know that the Han Uman, the Paleolithic Neanderthals, the half-man, half-monkey creature, created creature in Genesis chapter 2, if you know their nature and you continue dealing with them, just like the snake charmer, when the snake charmer continues to charm the snake, don't get mad and don't expect any sympathy when the hybrid bites you. And we learned that in North America, didn't we? We learned that the hard way, our ancestors. But some of y'all continue dealing. Y'all hear me? Some of y'all continue dealing. Okay? Some of y'all continue dealing. What about organizationally? You see organizationally, you see the hybrids. And there's something I want to talk to you about too. Something that I realized last night. And I'm astonished by it, actually. Maybe I'll end this video and come back and do that video so that I could put a proper title on it. I just lost my thought. But anyway, my message is follow natural law. Okay? Harmonize your thinking and your behavior. And I'm not telling you to do something that I'm not doing. Because I want the best for everyone who wants the best for themselves. So it's through harmonizing ourselves with nature. The essence of it is this: don't harm anybody. All right? If you have a controversy with another Moor, be honorable in it. Okay? Be honorable. Respect their point of view. Respect their feelings. Do what you said you were going to do. If possible, do what they interpreted or perceived that you said you would do, if it's within your reach, even if it hurts, a little or a lot. Okay? Be honorable. Not that you have to. You don't have to do more than what you said you would do. But it certainly helps to resolve things and not have someone mad at you, not have conflict and tension between you. Everybody should leave a transaction feeling good about it. And if the transaction goes south for some reason, do your performance. And it's always, in every case, even if that person has done you wrong, it's always best to deliver more than what you agreed to deliver. And in a case like that, let's say it goes wrong, all right? Well, you've done more than what you said you would do. You delivered more than what you said you would do. Okay? And if they're still mad at you, that's something wrong with them. But you can always, with an honest conscience, you can always tell people that in every transaction, I always overperform. Right? And then you have a track record of overperformance. Okay? And now you have a reputation that's impeccable. And when anyone comes out lying on you, trying to disgrace you out of jealousy, out of envy, they want to be you, or they want to become prominent by destroying your reputation, then you have those acts out there. Right? And the books, the accounting always gets balanced. All right? The books always get balanced. So you'll have people who are willing to vouch for you, and even if they're not willing to vouch for you, and I've encountered that too. You overperform for people, you do good by people, and they don't want to tell anybody about it. Why? Because they don't want you to know, or they don't want other people to know that you did something good for them. In their mind, they're feeling like they owe you. If they acknowledge it, they owe you something. You see what I mean? In their mind, they feel like they owe you something if they acknowledge that you overperform. There's people like that. Okay, so that's all right. Let it be. Because the books get balanced. Right? The books get balanced. And ain't nothing nobody can do about it. The good that you do will come back. There is karmic energy. There is karma. That's real. Karma is real. All right? So keep storing up those credits in your honorability account. Right? Keep storing up those credits in your honorability account. If that's a word. If your honor account. In your honor account. Store up those credits. Pile them up. Okay, so be honorable. That's really all you have to do. And if you don't want, like I said, if you don't want to overperform, you don't have to. But it's always better to overperform. Right? And then nobody can say, unless they're really twisted and a devious, wicked bastard, they go and they lie on you, right? But there's plenty of people like that, especially nowadays. Plenty of wicked, evil, dirty bastards who will lie on you. No matter how good you do to them, they will lie on you. And that can be problematic because on the internet, especially like social media, people will tend to believe any drama. Although they don't know that person. That person could be schizophrenic, could be bipolar, right? Could be anything. Could just be a narcissist type personality, high on the narcissistic scale. Could just be a regular person, but extremely envious. Or they hate you, a hateful person. You don't know who you're dealing with on the internet. Okay? You could be dealing with someone who wants revenge, right? They want to get revenge on you because something you didn't do or something you did that they didn't like, right? And so they go out and get revenge on you, try to destroy your reputation, try to destroy your business, try to destroy whatever projects you're working on by slandering you. All right? So, as I've said before, and many others, social media is a hot spot for narcissists. All right? It's a hot spot. That means, what I'm telling you is this. A lot of these social media personalities, you love their YouTube channels, right? A lot of them are narcissists. Very high on the narcissistic spectrum. A lot of these people who love debating, very high on the narcissist spectrum. Very high on the narcissist spectrum. People who love debating. All right? On social media, that's what I'm talking about. All right? But anyway, Pisces is where we're at now. We're going to have, I think it might take 3 or 4 more video presentations to complete Pisces. Okay? So when we complete the 3 or 4, maybe 5 more video presentations of Pisces, there is a book inside. There's a book inside of the Gospels and the Zodiac. There's an inserted book. I don't remember the name of it, but we're going to go through that inserted book. It's also, of course, astrology. So we're going to go through that, and that will probably, I think that book, I don't remember off the top of my head how many pages are in that book, but it should be fun and educational, okay? So I have 2 more astrology books, very old books. I'm still trying to get my hands on them. So y'all, you know, it takes a lot to find these books, okay? There's a lot of books that I need that I don't have, but it takes time to find them, and then it takes finance to buy them. All right? What I really would like to have are books that have images. Okay, old books that have images of the constellations. Y'all hear me? Old books that have images. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, y'all. Okay. So, so with those old images, even let's say if I can find something very old, let's say from the 1800s backward, from the 1800s backward. Okay, all right. So what I was saying is, so I get those images, the old records from the 80s, as far back, right? As far back as I can get them. And then we can begin to correct the Zodiac. So with the corrected Zodiac, I can be sure, I can be absolutely sure that the information that I include in the book of the law is ancient. It's from our ancient foremothers and forefathers, and not from modern astrologers, theologians, and scholars. I hope everyone understands what I'm saying. So we need to return to the ways, the principles, the culture, and the heritage. The culture and the heritage includes all of the sciences, Cosmology or astrology is just one. It's just one. So we need to remove all of the modern stuff that the hybrids put in. And when I say hybrids, don't think, y'all, that I'm talking about the pale people only, because there are some quote unquote melanated hybrids too. All right? Some melanated. So we absolutely need to have it. All right? So as I transition from or into another, I guess, market, people who see what's happening with the religions. They see that by participating in them and having the mindset of these religions, using their language, words and phrases, that they actually abandon their birthright. Okay? And they consent, knowingly or unknowingly, all right? They consent to being under the authority, under the jurisdiction of the Dogon. Okay? This is darkness. This is where they agreed to be in bondage. All right? They agreed to be escheated and hit with bills of attainder. All right? Etc., etc., etc. And that's the topic of my next video, the Dogon. All right? Shalom Islam to all the Moors. Be sure to support the project to write the book of the law back into ancient Ibaryath and modern English, okay? So we're going to remove all of the lies, all of the deceit, all of the deception per Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 8. Okay? In other words, all of the religious stuff, all of the insertions that they added to push religious doctrines to move us from nature and our mindset, our paradigm, to move us from the mindset of nature, following natural law, into belief systems and external deity veneration. All of that will be removed. Nature, natural law, principles and concepts will be added back. The cosmology / astrology will be added back, okay? Natural law concepts such as, or natural law, such as estate law, due process of law, notice being part of that, so on and so forth. It will be shown. Okay? And all of that will help you to see that you are in fact Psalms 82:6. You are a powerful creator. You are in control of your own life. You're your own savior. And whatever you want to do, be, or have is within your power to achieve it in this lifetime. Faster and easier than you might think. All right, y'all? So you are the power. You're your own savior. You're the force, as they said in Star Wars. May the force be with you. You are the force. All you need to do is become aware. Take off the blindfold. You've had a blindfold on since birth. You are the power. So open your eyes and let this bright light of truth, of reality, shine in your eyes. Wake up and start to behave like a powerful, majestic Moor, the rightful owner and heir of all land, resources, energy coming up from the earth and coming down to the earth from the cosmos. All yours by birthright. Genesis chapter 2, autochthonous Moors sprung from the soil. And that the hybrid, the created creature, the Han Uman of Genesis chapter 1 is nothing but a knockoff. A knockoff Moor, a knockoff man. All right? A symbolicum of a Moor, of a man, but having no substance. So who has the substance? It is you, the Genesis chapter 2 autochthonous Moor, who's obligated to follow natural law. Why? Because you are nature. So for you to not follow natural law is to be schizophrenic. You're out of your mind. You are the land, you are the soil. You are governed by the principles that run the universe. And for you to act out of harmony with that, clearly, is foolish, and you will incur the law of cause and effect hitting you on the head negatively. So when you act in harmony with nature, with natural law, You incur the law of cause and effect positively. Everything will start going your way. Everything in your life will start coming together. Islam to all the Moors, Shalawama, all of the links that y'all need to get with me or get at me, however you want to say it, are in the description area of this video. Shalawama.